good evening, students. The next experiment we are going to see about in the database management system, that is 20CS404L database management system laboratory. We are going to see about the fifth experiment, that is how to create procedures and functions in DBMS. So generally you have studied this experiment in C and Python language, how to create a function. We will see with the procedures and functions. So generally procedures does not return a value. So we have studied about functions, how to declare function definition, function declaration and function call, which will return a value. So we will have three parts in your programming, that is function definition, we will have function declaration, we will have, and function we will call, we will have. In function definition we will write the logic, and we'll have function declaration part before the main function and all, and function call will call the function value, which will return your values to the main function. So that is functions. And in procedures which does not return a value, okay, uh, but do some specific actions in your program. So that is procedures. So generally we'll have three parameters, that is in parameter, out parameter, and the third one is in out parameters. So procedures which is does not able to return value but able to perform some actions. It will perform some actions in your programming. So that is first one, as in parameter used to pass values into the procedures. So from you can able to pass some values into the procedures. Is it is in read only mode. You can able to read only the values inside the procedures. Okay. So next one is out parameters, used to return values to the from the procedures to the call program. So whenever you are writing the logic, so procedures using out parameters, you can return logics from the uh, procedure function, that is it will return the values. So example, it is read write inside the procedures. So we'll see with an example. And next is in out parameters, it is combining both, it will pass values both, and also it will return the values to the procedures. So next one is functions. So you have studied this in detailed in programming, that is C programming and Python programming, how to define a value, define a function call, and declaration part. So generally it is a sub programs. So whenever we can able to divide our logics, whenever we are writing very big programs, we can divide our logics into functions, that is sub programs, different parts of programs, and that function will perform some specific action, and it will return the values to your main function. So that is functions. And procedures will not able to return any values to the function. It will perform some actions. So see within a program. So this is our program. So fifth experiment. So how to create functions and procedures. So creation of procedures. So we have seen about in parameter, out parameter, and in out parameter. So this is the syntax for creating a procedures within a program. So first I have begin with one small simple procedure. So create procedure greetings. That is how we have taken the example as greetings as begin. The output is to be displayed in the liners. Hello world has to be displayed. So end of the procedure, we are ending with a slash colon. So when we execute this program, we will get the procedures, that is will not return any values to the whatever the program you are going to write. So just it is get executing hello world. So that is a procedure, and PL program successfully completed. So we'll see another example, how to so here's the logic, how to find minimum values of minimum of two values. So basically you have to write a procedure. So the syntax is you have to start with the declare, and finding minimum two values, we need three data types, that is I have declared B and C. So procedure, what procedure I have written, I am finding the finding maximum with where I am finding, that is Z in number, Y in number, and Z out of number. That is we have taken three parameters. So similarly I have taken passing three values into my procedures. So I am beginning the function, beginning the procedure. If X is less than Y, I am finding the minimum of the values. If X is less than Y, I am to shuffle the values. So I am shuffling the value of X to Z. Else, if Z is Z of is equal to Y, you no need to shuffle. That is, I'm end if I'm ending the value. At last I'm beginning, so I'm passing the values. Find minimum a b c. I'm passing the values of 23 and 45, which is minimum in 23 and 45 your value will be written. Okay, your value will be get executed. That is, we are writing the logic within the program. So here it is not returning any values into your main function or whatever the part we are going to have. That is procedure. Okay, by using in out parameters, generally we have applied this logic in functions, but here we are going to have this in procedure. That is, we don't have use any parameters. By using in out parameter we are going to have this, because we have passed in out in parameter here. Within the procedure I am passing some parameters. That is, in means what input I'm getting. I'm getting have two input as x and y. Out parameter will be your a result that has been stored in out parameter. What is out parameter? Which is able to return back values to your stored procedure. Okay, so as usual logic, if you are finding two values between x and y, which value is minimum will be get returned. Similarly for square root also. So how to execute this program? So first you have to save this in so procedure.xql. So I have declared the values and a values. So whatever the values you have written, so I am saving the values. So here you have to execute your program. So set server output on, and I am passing the uh, procedure values. It is first it is so finding the minimum of two values, 23 and 45. I have written 23 your minimum value. Okay, so it is returning that 23 is my minimum value. That is, my procedure is successfully completed and successfully got executed. So that is, we are by using in and out parameter we are going to return some values. Okay, next one is we are going to see about functions. So functions we have studied in some programming language itself. So what is a function? It will return some values to the main function. That is, we are going to divide our logic into sub programs, and that sub programs will execute independently, and it will return some values to your main function, right? That is the concept. So generally we'll have function definition, function declaration, and function call. Here I have taken the example of factorial, and I have written some one function. That is, what is the factorial logic I have written. This is function definition part. So I have created the factorial n number, written what number is written, and beginning with b. So what value I'm going to pass. Example, I'm going to find factorial for n. So that will be your b value. So I'm beginning the function. As usual logic we are going to write from I value 1 to n. N equal to n star I, same value, that is n into n up to n. You have to find your factorial values and returning your b values. What value you have stored at last, it will be written. And this is your function call part. Generally you will write this within a program, but here you have to write like this. So this is similar to function definition part, and this is similar to your function call part. Okay, so when you are executed, you will have function created, and I'm passing the value of n. What is the value of n? For a 5, sorry, enter the value of n. I am passing the value of 5. So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, you will get the value of 120. At last, your procedure is successfully completed. So this is your that is n into n star value. That is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. You will get the factorial. So we'll see same similarly. So I have created two SQL statements. So this is one function value, another one function. So this is my logic, that is I have created similar to your function definition block. So you have to create your function factorial n, and what value you are going to pass as a factorial, and begin with b, and similarly always will start the value of 1, because any value your factorial value will be 1. So your loop value starts from I to up to n value. You have to find your factorial, that is n into n, n into n value, n into I value, up to your gets loop get executed. If I enter the value as 5, your loop will be get executed from 1 to 5. That is 1 2 3 4 5. You will get the output of 120. So I got executed this value. So first I have created server put on. A function is created successfully. I got few errors, but I have cleared that. So after that, I got executed as 120 years your factorial value, and my PLR PLXQL program is successfully completed. So similarly, this is how to create your uh, procedures and functions in DBMS. So generally, what the logic is, it will return some values to your main function if you are using this function. But if you are using the same concept as procedure, it will not be written any values to your programs. But by using in and out parameter, you are going to find the logic. So you have to find your follow your syntax, how to create some functions or create some procedures. So it is the syntax for creating your procedures and functions. So thank you.